Well, great job, guys, on the NBA segment. We're going to move on to NFL now. And right now, it's developing. We're not sure because March 12th is where you're able to trade for somebody. So this won't happen today, but we might hear about it. Alex Smith for the 49ers might be heading somewhere. They've been very hush-hush about it, but right now, Kansas City and Arizona are the two leading contenders. But as far as Alex Smith's going somewhere else, where does that leave San Francisco? What does this mean for Alex Smith or the team that will go to?
So what are you asking? Where we think he'll end up, or where he fits best, or?
Where do you think he'll fit best?
Between the options that we've been presented between Kansas City and the rumors that we have, I would say that he would be far better in Arizona, just for the simple fact that Bruce Arians is there. He's a phenomenal coach because we've all seen what he did with the Indianapolis Colts last year, and we also last season. Arizona has some premier wide receivers, and Matt Floyd and Larry Fitzgerald. Mm-hmm. So those are also some pluses. And Alex Smith didn't play bad last year. He had 70% completion percentage, and he played really well. I mean, he just had the misfortune of having a concussion and losing his starting job. So I think he'll fit best in Arizona.
I agree with him. I think that the Cardinals would be a pretty good fit for Alex Smith, but you're also dealing with two teams that are not the top teams in the NFL here. But you have Larry Fitzgerald, and who wants? You'd love to throw to a target like Larry Fitzgerald. So that's where he can work off of, and someone he can work off of. And right now, I just think that the whole Chiefs franchise is really going downhill, and that who would really find that as an attractive spot to go for out of a trade or anything like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I think Arizona's going to get him, but I actually think he'll be a better fit in Kansas City. I like Alex Smith. I think he's a fine quarterback. The reason is like Arizona, I think last year they had the worst QBR in the league. They have awful offense, like practically no running game. And I think Alex Smith as a quarterback, like he's not the quarterback that's going to win the game. He's not the quarterback that's going to make a huge play. And with Fitzgerald, he's a guy that likes to go deep down in the field, catch a long pass. And I don't think Smith's the guy to do that. So for Kansas City, I think he'll be able to manage the offense more and have obviously they're failing as an organization right now, really tough spot, but he'll be able to be the quarterback that manages the offense and works with the offense, but isn't the guy to win the game like so many quarterbacks are in the league.
But are you going to say something?
No, go.
But in my opinion, the reason I'm going to make my case for him in Arizona.
Of course.
I feel that, like you said, Alex Smith is a fine quarterback. He's proven, he's tested. He's been in this league for quite a while, so. That in his mind, he wants to be traded to a place where he's going to contend. Mm-hmm. And in my opinion, when I look at these two teams, I see more opportunity for contention in Arizona, just for the reasons that I pointed out.
Great defense, too.
Great defense, great pass defense, and they proved it last year when they faced the Patriots and knocked them out. And if you add all of those factors together with the wide receivers, the good pass defense, this team could be a contender.
Right. I just think they totally need to restructure the offense, and a quarterback like Alex Smith won't be the guy to do it for them.
All right, let me cut in here, guys.
Go for it, Jeremy.
All right. Tom Brady's near the end of his career, and we think we can get some value. This is speaking hypothetically, too. Yeah. Patriots, let's trade Tom Brady to a team. We can either trade him to the New York Jets or the Dallas Cowboys. You really think the Patriots would trade him to the New York Jets? You have to remember, Arizona's a divisional team. Realistically, he's not going to Arizona. He's going to Kansas City. Andy Reid's there. They're going to re-sign Dwayne Bowe for him. They're probably going to draft Luke Jokel, an offensive tackle, play it safe because this year's draft is absolutely horrible. So it's horrible for them to be the worst team and then just have no help in the draft whatsoever. Right. But honestly, I think I agree with you. Arizona would be a good fit, but I think Kansas City would be just as good. I don't think.
Well, that's from an ownership point of view, but like as far as Alex Smith and just his ability and stuff, he would like to have probably Larry Fitzgerald. And then you kind of mentioned the controlled offense.
Right.
They tried that with Matt Castle. It was kind of a disaster playing. So, let him kind of air it out. Give this guy an opportunity. I always liked Alex Smith, and I feel bad that he was on the bench for the championship team last year. But, give him an opportunity to show what he's made of and, take over a franchise.
That's something you have to remember, too, if you're either team. You're trading for a guy that just had a concussion. So, I mean, you're getting what you trade for. If he goes into week 1, gets a concussion, you're going to have a Ben Roethlisberger on your case.
He's definitely not a quarterback that should be sitting on the bench, though.
Definitely not.
Yeah, I completely agree, but I think we all know that Kaepernicking kind of evolved last year. And if you remember last year, last year, because it's 2013, so you were right, it would be last year. As far as last year, I was the one who said that Alex Smith should be starting over Kaepernick. If you remember, I hated Kaepernick. I thought Alex Smith had potential and he could win them a Super Bowl. So, I mean, whatever team gets Alex Smith, build it. Arizona has a good defense. Arizona has a good defense, so they'll get their quarterback.
And the thing is, Arizona, in this upcoming draft, they have so many possibilities to add to their wide receiving core. I mean, the NFL Combine was a disaster. Well, not a disaster. Well, it was a disaster. It was a disaster. There aren't many prospects this year.
Outstanding.
Any outstanding prospects.
At all.
So, if anything, they can get some impressive wide receivers because the wide receivers this year have been highly regarded this year. So, if they can take advantage of getting Alex Smith and adding to their wide receiving core, maybe add a tight end or two, then they can make that leap to the next step.
All right, you have anything to add?
I was just going to say, with Larry Fitzgerald, you can open up the offense. And so many guys have held Alex Smith back throughout his career, like the Eagles when I read. And then now when he was with the 49ers, they were just playing this short ball running offense. So let him kind of air it out. But also other quarterbacks on the list are Browns quarterback, Whelan. Right, and he's up for grabs right now because the ownership said that they were willing to trade him and Colt McCoy. And
I don't know if a lot of people are going to want a 30-year-old second-year quarterback.
The Browns are looking to make some moves this offseason. They're also looking into Mike Wallace this whole
That would be interesting. We got to move on, guys, but I think we can all agree that Arizona is the better situation for Alex Smith.
Definitely.
But realistically, ownership, they would want to send him to Kansas City. So we'll end on that. Like we all basically.
I mean, I don't agree with that thought. But
I think me and you agree with that, and then
so you think
I
ownership would want to send him to Arizona? I think they get more value. I
think they'll send him to wherever they can get the most. Yeah, exactly.
That's a very good point, actually. So you may be right. I may be right. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
I mean, the 49ers aren't worried about Kansas City or Arizona regardless anyway. So
yeah, that is true. But all right, we'll move on. We can talk about this for longer, but we'll move on to our Clash of the Rams debate, which is the rematch. Have we debated since last year?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think I beat you the last
so.
debate, but who's keeping track?
Yeah.
All right, but we're gonna move on to our last debate. You're going to be supporting why the Heat are the best team right now in the NBA, and I'll be supporting the Spurs.
Yep.
So whenever you're ready, you can
Good luck,
take it away.
guys.
Well, you can't count. Well, the Heat are on a phenomenal track right now. They're on an 11-game winning streak. LeBron James is playing the best basketball of his career, and the best stretch of his career. I'd say not the best basketball of his career, but the best stretch. He's shooting 50. I believe in the month of February, he's shooting 53% from the field and 47% from three-point line. Two of his most. He's on pace to have a career year in that regard. Dwayne Wade is no slouch. He's healthy again, and he's playing phenomenal basketball as well. You have Eric Spoelstra, a blossoming coach in this league, and you also have a bunch of a great supporting cast. You have Ray Allen, and you have Shane Battier, you have Jones, all 3-point gunners, whose only responsibility really, thanks to Dwayne Wade and LeBron James, is just to spot up for a three. and play good defense.
Sounds like a pretty good team to me.
Pretty good team.
So before I get into this, I'll be the first to admit the Heat are legit contenders. They're one of the best in the league.
Of course.
They're not the best right now. It is the Spurs. The Spurs are by far, they have the better record. They play more games, but they still have a better record. And they're just all around better than the Heat. They don't have all-stars like... They do have all-stars, though, but they don't have LeBron James. They don't have Dwayne Wade. They don't have Chris Velociraptor Bosh.
They have they have a 30-year-old Tony Parker who is the youngest of the old. Because, I mean, they have what's his name? Tim Duncan, who's 36. All of their star players who were stars 4 or 5 years ago are so prone to injury that how can you deem them as the best team?
Yeah,
in the league?
old guys who are like trying to win a championship against the Heat. This sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of like the Mavericks. That's exactly what this is. They're the better version of the Mavericks.
All right.
You have old guys who want to win basically because they have to win. It's basically what the Celtics situation is in, but
that's
they're
back
all
when
around
LeBron
their
James.
team.
That's back when LeBron James wasn't ready to win the chip, but he won the chip, and now he's so confident.
All right.
He's so confident now that he's running through every defense in the league. And when you're playing against the Heat, this season in particular, when you're playing against the Heat, you have to. He just brings he brings a different element to. I can't find the words right now. He brings a different element to the table and brings on those double teams and frees up Ray Allen and Shane Battier, like I said, who will kill you on 3-pointers.
Let's step away from the Miami LeBrons for a second. Let's
All right.
talk about the team statistics as a whole. The Miami Heat are the best team, you say, right?
Yeah.
Why are they last place in rebounding? A best team. It's so weird that they're last
Because
place
they don't
in
have a
something.
center.
But also, the Spurs are better in every category. They have more points per game. They have a better defense. I mean, I get that the Heat are reigning champs. I get that. That gives them a little bit of an edge. That's where your argument is. But right now, it's the Spurs without a doubt.
How can you call? Granted, they have those stats, but how can you call a team that can't last the whole season without benching their star players all the time? How can you call them the best team in the league when their starters don't even play or start every single day?
I call that good strategy. I don't know what you'd call it, but honestly,
good strategy. The bottom line is the
They're
Heat are
old.
the
What do
bottom
you
line.
want?
The bottom line is the Heat are younger. They're more equipped to win a championship. They're running through the league right now. They have 11-game winning streak. Stats.
Not the best, though. That's the
They
thing.
are-
They have all the potential, but right now they are not the best. It is the Spurs by far the best. Not by far, but they're still better.
Are the
overall.
Spurs on an 11-game winning streak?
No.
So how does that make them the best team right now? The best team right now is a team that's dominating on all of these teams, regardless of the stats.
So a team that's having a little spurt of like 10 games is better than a team the Spurs were on a run to. They lost one game recently. Now they're winning games. It's not like they're a team that's inconsistent. Unlike the Heat,
let's
where
wait by the end of the week. Tony Parker just got injured last night. He's day to day right now. How are you gonna call him the best team when Tony Parker, their ace, the leading scorer in their team, the reason why they're fourth in the standings in scoring, the sole reason why is on the bench and he's not 100%.
What
do you mean?
The Spurs are better.
What do you
The
mean?
Spurs
What do you
aren't
mean when
big
Kawhi?
names,
What do you
but
mean when
they have-
Kawhi Leonard gives you 10 points off the bench? Danny Green averages 10 points off the bench. They all score minimally.
Yeah.
The center of their offense is Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and Manu Ginobili. And Manu Ginobili is not even having a shell of the season that he had last year.
Yeah, Ginobili coming off the bench is helping them a lot, actually. It's their
He's only averaging 12 points.
Yeah, off the bench. That's pretty good for not starting.
Get out of here.
Well, actually, we're out of time, so we're going to go over you guys. You only have 2 people voting. A lot of pressure on you. You better get this one
First,
right,
Ryan.
Ryan.
Me first?
Yeah.
All right. It was a good one, but I'll have to go with Jeremy on this one.
Wow. You never
Wow,
agree with me.
great debate, and I'm gonna have to go with Davison. So it looks like we have a tie.
We have a tie.
This is soccer.
So you know what that
crazy.
means? 5 more minutes in that. I really don't know.
I can go 5 more minutes.
I could too, probably, but we'll leave it at a tie for now. Maybe we'll see each other in the finale.
Yeah,
It's a
we
good debate.
Maybe revisit this.
This guy's out of his mind.
I think I make pretty good points. Somebody agree with me for once. No? I'll pay you later. No, not really. But okay.
Brown knows it. Brown knows it.
Jeez, thank you. All right, we're going to move on now to our Ram Rants. And I think we'll start over with Ashley. So you have about 30 seconds to talk about whatever you want.
All right, I'm going to go with the Anaheim Ducks and their great start this season. Like I said before, they're 13-2-1. And I think that all has to do with their Swedish goalie, Victor Fast. He came in as a backup for Hiller, but he got the starting role because Hiller got hurt. He's 8-0-0, and he's a first-time NHL player at the age of 30. It's unreal. He has a .933 save percentage and goals against average under 2. He just got a 2-year contract extension of $5.3 million, which is well deserved. So I think Anaheim, because of Fast, is going to see a lot of success and more this season.
All right, Ryan?
I'm going to talk about Dirk Nowitzki, and recently he said to reporters he was going to renew his contract with the Dallas Mavericks, and I think this is a great move by him. He's like one of those players, just like Kevin Durant. I love players like this who stay with their organization through thick and thin, and even though the Mavs, they have Mark Cuban's been wild, and he's gotten rid of players like Terry and Kidd through the years, and Chandler, he's still stuck with this organization, and even now he's injured and he's still willing to stay with this team and still contend for championships. He's just an overall great player in my book.
All right, Dave.
And for my Ram rant, this past week I've been reading Terry Francona's The Red Sox Years, and it's a very good book. I'm more than halfway done, and I think it provides a realistic interpretation of a presentation about what went down with the Red Sox in his years there. It shows a different side of John Henry that we rarely get to see, and it shows a different side of management. And I really believe that Terry Francona was an honest man, and that he did a great job here. And I think you guys should really read the book. It was a good read. Oh, and another thing to add on to that is completely aside from that, BSU, Black Student Union, is having an event March 1st. It's the Black and White event, and it's free food, free music. So it's a perfect occasion to dress classy in black and white clothing, and just go check it out.
And what is the date again for?
March 1st.
All right, March
this
1st.
Friday.
All right, cool. All right, so I'll move on to my Ram Rant now, which involves college basketball. As far as college basketball, all I want to talk about was the age that you are once you go into the NBA. I think it should just be like college football, where you have to wait till your junior year. And the reason I say this may be a surprise to you all, but I'm pretty young. I'm 19. And now that I'm 19, I'm thinking, these guys are going to the NBA who are my age. And when I think about it, I find myself pretty mature. And I look at some of these guys, I can tell they're not ready for the spotlight. That people call me a LeBron James hater. It's because I think he came in way too young. He didn't go to college. He came in at 18. You have an 18-year-old who's getting like the highest paid contract as a rookie. I just think it should be moved up. There's nothing wrong with it. You're getting experience, college experience. You're playing with teams, coaches who are really good. But I honestly don't see anything wrong with it. I think they should really start to think about it over the next couple of years. All right.
Great.
Anything else that you guys have to say? I think we're good.
I mean, Kobe Bryant turned out all right. Highest paid contract in the league, so.
Yeah, he also got in
Yeah,
trouble.
I really could have debated you on
He
that
got-
one.
That's a good debate.
I could have debated you on that one, too.
He got in some trouble for some things that we won't talk about, but, I'm sure that had nothing to do with it, though, right?
Oh, go ahead.
We'll get into that.
Go ahead, talk about it.
We'll
Go
get
ahead.
into that another day. We have like a list of debates we just have to write
Yeah.
down
Which
for
is-
you.
which is
It's just
going
man
up.
or the tie. Don't let it.
Yeah, I don't like ties.
Yeah, Ty's
How about you guys vote? Who won that debate?
in the
Yeah.
comments.
Comments below.
Feel free.
Perfect.
Oh yeah.
Great idea.
Have all your friends vote and then you win.
Yeah, that one. I'll slaughter you.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. That's all for us today, right, guys?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yep, pretty good
Have
show.
a good one.
Yep, so we'll see you guys next week.